had bad teachers before, right? The kind of teachers that will suck the life out of the classroom and leave nothing but a bunch of empty vessels in it. The kind of teacher that the moment you arrive in class, you are already impatiently waiting for it to be over. You do the assignments just to get them done, not because you're learning from them. Your goal is to pass the class, not to further your education. Most importantly, we know the damaging marks they can leave on a person all too well. A bad teacher can crush any potential interest you had in a subject, for you can't help but look at it with disgust as a result of your terrible experience. Yet, among the rubble of all these bad teachers, I found that the few gems there are stand out even more in comparison. In a world where students are pressured to be successful while simultaneously depending on other people for this success, the impact an outstanding teacher can have on a person's life is all the more important. That's why today I want to talk about my high school English teacher, Mrs. Cooper. Mrs. Cooper taught AP English Language, AP Literature, and AP Seminar. Just in case you don't already know, AP stands for Advanced Placement. These classes with her are what helped me to not only become the writer, but the person I am today. Thus, I'm going to go over why I looked up to her as one of the best teachers I've ever had. She helped me learn how to push through my struggles, was caring to all of her students, and she taught the value of research in all of her classes. The first reason I consider her to be remarkable is that she taught perseverance through her difficult workload. She gave a lot of work for her classes, and it was often hated because of it. Yet, I found that this workload was good because it was actually associated with what we were learning. It was not given just to be put in a grade book, nor was it given just to make herself look good. I've seen many teachers before give students easy work so that they can get better grades and thus improve the image of the teacher. This was not the case with Mrs. Cooper. Her workload actually pushed me to work for my goals. Now, don't get me wrong, I hated the loads of essays that were given, but I had to do them anyways. This struggle prepared me for future writing assignments I had, and if it weren't for it, I would not have passed my AP exams. I wasn't the only person she helped in her class, though. Mrs. Cooper was a sympathetic person who provided guidance for all of her students. When certain students were falling behind, she would personally help them out. And if the class was confused as a whole, she would go over the assignment with us. When we were assigned to read the book As I Lay Dying, it contained a lot of hard-to-understand colloquial language. Thus, each week she dedicated a whole class to going over these pages individually, just so that we could comprehend the reading. If there was a certain occasion in which someone had absolutely no time to complete an assignment, she would give them permission to turn it in a bit later if they told her. She would also often use personal stories to relate to students' issues. She discussed her own troubles she had with college professors in the past to show that she understood how we felt. Mrs. Cooper also helped me to understand the importance of research and developing arguments and ideas. Research is not a necessary part of all careers. It's not only a necessary part of all careers, but should be an essential part of life. Many people will develop opinions based off of posts or something that they see off of social media without really delving into it. This misinformation can be damaging on a large scale. Yet, we were taught ways to avoid this misinformation. I now use all the techniques that she taught us in class when I'm doing research, whether it be for my own benefit or for school. That's why I think Mrs. Cooper was much more than just an average English teacher. Though her work was considerably more difficult, it prepared people for the future by teaching them to persevere. When students were unable to comprehend and or handle their work, she would always lend a sympathetic ear and provide them with support. Last but most certainly not least, she helped me and so many others to understand the importance research holds in developing one's opinions and ideas. Unfortunately, Mrs. Cooper is not an English teacher in my high school anymore, having left for Michigan over summer break. Though I miss her, I think that whoever she is teaching now is very lucky to have her be a part of their life, even if it is only briefly. She is no longer a part of my present, but I will always remember her as an important part of my past and an inspiring role model for my future.